Hey guys, Blitzwinger back, and today's review is the movie line Abomination, Hulk movie line. Before I get to the figure itself, I just want to go over his accessory, and he only comes with one, which is this steel pipe. Now, you don't get it painted the way I like battle damage, I guess, or something. It is battle damage, but it's not painted black here, and the entire thing is not painted black. I just did that for fun. I don't know, I was just sitting there, picked this up, and I just started painting it for fun. I know it's not a very good job. I don't know, it's just there. It's not great. It does split in half just to, I guess, pose him with it or something. I guess you could have him stepping on it or something along those lines. It's a nice accessory for those people who have really cool displays, and they can use this as like wreckage and destruction behind their characters or underneath their characters. So it's an alright accessory. I mean, it's just fine. Let's get to the figure. So before I continue, I'll just do I'll show you a little head to toe shot. So Abomination, there's his head. It does look a little like Tim Roth. And now here, yeah, it's pretty bad here in the front. I tried to paint it, but it didn't turn out so well. And also painted up a little bit his knees, and that didn't turn out too well either. And if you're wondering what just fell down, that was another figure here on the table. And I like the sculpt on his legs. I think it's a kind of a cool approach. It's kind of a weird foot, as you can see. I don't know, it's just weird looking. It's four toes. I don't know, I like the way it looks. I think it's pretty original. A cool design, and that's probably the only reason I picked this guy up, is because I like the movie and I like the overall character design of this guy. That's probably why I picked him up. And I did pick up this guy on clearance also when I picked up my Iron Man Titanium figure, and he was, I think, $7.50 or something like that. So guys, check out your clearance sections at Toys R Us all the time. So what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, articulation. Forgot. That's what I wanted to talk about. So articulation. He actually, surprisingly, for such a big hunk of plastic, he comes with actually quite a lot of articulation. So his head rotates 360. It does not look up and down, which makes me assume that it's a swivel, not a ball joint, which kind of keeps his head kind of always looking in one direction. His arms are on a ball joint, which allows quite a lot of articulation. Then his elbow bends, and his wrist is also on a ball joint, which is cool. Then he has some articulation in the ribs, like stomach area, I guess, something along those lines. 360 here. Oh yeah, and I forgot to show you on the shot. This is probably my favorite part on the figure, is this cool spine popping out. Kind of weird here. The fact that it kind of looks like underwear, like female underwear, the red in the bones, it makes it look like he's wearing bikini. But I'm not gonna get into that. Then he has a ball joint on the leg, bends 360, bends just a tiny little bit on the knee, not much, and his foot can move quite a lot. Actually, it's also on a ball joint, which allows for a lot of movement. I think it's smart to give larger figures a lot of ball joints, because they benefit from it greatly, considering that they're in such larger scale than most other figures. Now, my several complaints with this guy: I don't really like his head sculpt much. I don't know what it is, but I don't know, I can't even explain it. I can't say it's a terrible head sculpt. Like, if you look at it, it's not badly done. It's just something is lacking. It just doesn't look detailed enough. Some like minor things are just, he's a very like this red that they did. I get what they tried to do is kind of like the bones are coming out of his like body, and it's like, I guess, meat or like raw flesh or something like that. But it turns out really bad. It just looks like bruises. If you like, in some parts it kind of looks bad, like right here it looks bad, here on most of the knees. As I said, here it's not necessary. In some parts they just went a little too much with it. Maybe it wasn't intended like that and was just a paint factory problem, but it sure doesn't look so great because of it. That's my several complaints with this guy. However, he's still worth the pickup if you want to have an Abomination figure. If you're a fan of the movie, or you're a fan of Hulk in general, you definitely want to have this figure in your collection, because overall he does what he needs to do, and that's look like the guy from the movie. The bones are nice. I like that there's like bone spikes on the back, and as I said, this is my favorite part in the figure. It just looks great. Like here, when they did the red, it doesn't look so bad. It actually looks nice here on the back, as you can see. It looks really good. I like some of the other sculpted parts. Most of the figure is sculpted quite well, with a lot of like overlapping skin and tense body look that he has, which is nice. And as I said, some other parts like his knuckles are piercing out, as you can see, which I took some white paint just to bring it a little out, because you can even see it on the camera right there. If you want, I can just right there. It's overall it's a nice figure, but it's not a great figure. Like, I'm pretty sure that fans or collectors of Marvel Legends will not enjoy this figure much, considering that it doesn't have that awesome detail that all the Marvel Legends come with, and he does have good articulation in my opinion, but he's not a phenomenal figure. So overall, he's a good figure, and for me, I like him. That's why I picked him up. But I wouldn't say that you should want to pay full price for this guy, at least for me personally. So now let's get to the size comparison. So I'll just bring in his enemy, Hulk. I don't have the movie Hulk, I just used the Marvel Universe Hulk just to represent a 3.25 inch figure. I'll just move the accessory to the side. And here's the largest figure in the Iron Man line, the Ironmonger. As you can see, he's a good mix of size. Like, he's nice. If you want, here I've got Titanium Man laying around. If you can see, Titanium Man is 6 inches, so Abomination is about 7, maybe 7.5 inches. So overall, the figure is great for size. As far as the size concerns, it's worth your money just for the size. But considering that there's another figure for the same cost, Ironmonger, who I like substantially more than this guy, I have to give him only a 7.5 out of 10. But he's still a worth pickup for some clearance price, or maybe 10, 20, 30% off. At least 10% off go on this guy, and then so around $13, $12, maybe 11, 10, like around from $10 to $13 is an alright price for this guy. Like, I don't think you'll feel very disappointed. If you pay $15, you're probably gonna be a little disappointed with this guy. But I mean, considering I paid $7.50, I'm not disappointed, and I'm really happy that I have him to add to my collection. So that's pretty much it. So 7.5 for Abomination. I'll catch you next time, guys. Blitzwinger out. Subscribe, comment, rate, have fun, enjoy, and see you later.